Hello, Star Wars fans. We are back again with another episode of the Starlight podcast with a full crew. Last week, if you guys tuned in, we were missing one of our dearest members of the show, Daddy Sheev. Jonny, are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I was going through it a little bit. Woke up all sweaty. And yeah, thanks for holding down the fort, boys, while I was gone. And now I'm ready to jump back into it.
We are glad that you are safe and that you are all right. And of course, we have Lord Dagovere.
Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Let's go.
Honestly, let's get into it. I feel like the vibes are high here. We were just
Yeah.
chatting pre-show. We were getting some thoughts out about some things, and we decided just to turn on record the cameras. So um we're back. The first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to get into some basically Star Wars news, some current events. We might pop around talk about some different things, but the biggest thing I think for Star Wars right now is Andor, and they just released the nominations for the Emmys, and there was 14 nominations, but that sounds good, but none of the cast members were actually nominated. Now I'm not sure how much you guys like tune into these things, how much you value these things. What were your guys' initial thoughts on the news that like, hey, like they got 14 nominations on the surface, that sounds good, but like we looked into it, not as it seems.
I mean, I feel like with any award show, there is always just bias and popularity when you go into voting and, who gets recognized in that. So I can't say I'm like entirely surprised that a lot of the actors and actresses didn't get nominated. But it's also still kind of like how is this possible? Like this was like peak Star Wars. Like, did we watch the same show? Like that's kind of feel about it. Just initial reaction. What about you, Dagovere?
I never really cared for any of the award things whatsoever. Everyone was always watching the Emmys, Oscars. I didn't care, bro. It's not the Super Bowl or something. I don't really care. It was only until I got my job in the industry and understood how important the Emmy nomination was, or the Oscar was. Village Bride, the duel, from Star Wars Visions. Those things had nominations. Some of them were even voted like best animated short of like that year. And that is a huge monumental like accolade to attach to that. That's probably why we're getting to season three, right, of these things. So it's when you look at that from a perspective and you see Andor, and a lot of us really care about Andor. Why is it only 14? And if it is only going to be 14, are they all going to win? Are they going to get completely snubbed? There's a lot to really like sit here and decipher how important this is and how genuine these awards are in this whole entire industry, man. So yeah, very interesting, and I kind of feel like a lot of them got snubbed.
I, we need justice for all of our goats, okay? We need Diego Luna to get the love that he deserves. We need all of these cast members to get recognized because like I don't watch that much TV outside of like the Star Wars and some of my like science fiction superhero stuff, but like even I know that those performances were peak. All of these episodes were rated 9.5s and above in the latter half of the season. Like, why isn't that rewarded?
Yeah.
What was it that got these episodes to this point, other than the writing, other than the acting, and other than the performances? Like that isn't reflected, and I don't know why it isn't. I mean, is there Diagobert, do you know like the process that goes into this? Like, what is it that these nominators value in a show?
This is not something that I've been attached to in my work with production, which is very little, by the way. But what I understand is we all saw, like, I don't know if you guys had saw last year with the Oscars, where I think it was Dune or something, and someone was like, I didn't even watch Dune, and they were supposed to be one of the people that voted on in the Oscars. So the people that are in their own staff with these whatever projects and award ceremonies aren't even doing the work that they're supposed to do. So my biggest issue, right, is we all know how important Andor is. We all know how much money Andor when it went into Andor. So if this is as important as we think it is, I think this is already an L for Andor in the industry. We want people to come and see the show. We want more Star Wars projects to be like this. And you have an actor, Connor, like you were talking about when we were off the air, Pedro Pascal, who we love. He's our boy, he's our homie, but he was only in what 2, 3 episodes in The Last of Us, and someone like Diego Luna and everybody else that had an amazing monologue and acting ability in the show, not even a whisper for a
Literally
nomination.
everybody,
Yeah.
literally
At
everybody
least, at
has their
least
own thing.
Saw, at least Forrest Whitaker at least got something, and the K2SO voice.
Correct.
Alan Tudyk did get nominated for that, which I mean he does K2SO great. But yeah, we need justice for Clea, dude, and Cassie, and then all of them. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
I'm
Yeah.
looking right now. I'm looking right now, and it says Emmy nominee for Outstanding Drama Series, the entire series. How
Yeah.
do none of those individuals get picked for like individual awards? The individuals make the collective. Like that is the point of this. How do you win an award? How do you get nominated for an award for the entire thing, but none of the individual parts get recognized?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, guys, I mean, when do we say, wow, this was amazing acting in Star Wars? Honestly, outside of like TV Star Wars, the greatest performance I have ever seen, and even though this is my least favorite Star Wars movie, was Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. I thought that was Oscar worthy, because that movie made me so freaking frustrated, because I'm a big Luke Star Wars Skywalker fan. That made me really butthurt. Anyway, the thing is like, no, we don't really we don't usually affiliate with like Shakespearean theater level acting in Star Wars,
Yeah,
and bro, it's not just like every actress in this show was like
they all cook.
they were all cooking. Cassian, Mothma, Clea, like Bix, even Wilman, like all these
Yeah,
characters, all these actors, I mean, even Dedra, Cyril, like bro, like
seriously.
The list goes
everybody.
Yeah, how
on and
did
on and
Cyril
on and
not get
on.
Yeah,
nominated?
yeah.
Oh my God.
But even Dedra, and even of course Krennic, like, dude, this guy, what are you talking about? Like, these are actors
They
and
all put on a
actresses.
show.
Yeah,
Everybody.
they all have so much
Everybody.
skill, and I don't know, man. It's just this is the reason why I can't take these nominations and awards seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the people, like you kind of said earlier, Connor, like people are voting on stuff apparently that like haven't seen a show, and like we're supposed to take this seriously and take these people's opinions seriously. Like, it's all objective and popularity too. So that's why I've never really cared for him either. Like, I can't say I've ever like really tuned into a like a award show to like
Yeah,
see what's going on. But I still think with the like a show like Andor, like they should be recognized. Like this was peak Star Wars, guys. I mean,
yeah,
we it's the bit at this point of peak Star Wars, but like it's some of the best stuff we've gotten in a long time.
yeah. I
And
mean,
only
like,
Whitaker and Allen got nominations, but I mean they were both great too and well deserving for sure. That Saw speech is still in my head to
every
this
day.
day. Every day
Yeah,
I
every
wake
day.
up
All of
and
them too. Yeah,
yeah,
Mothma's like that's the one thing is like, okay, again, you guys know I'm Andor's biggest criticism, which isn't a lot, honestly. But even with the criticisms that I have, like, this is an industry show, like an entertainment show. It's not just a Star Wars show.
yeah.
Like,
People that don't
anybody
watch
sits
Star
down.
Wars would watch the
Yes,
show. Yeah,
yes. They will watch the show and be like, this is a great show. But the show, like, that's what I don't understand. If this show is so good, and we all know that it's this good, why does it only have two actor nominations in the whole damn 14 nominations that we saw? That I think that is ridiculous, man.
yeah.
It is ridiculous. Like I went through I'm on the page right now, the StarWars.com
They
news
say
page.
you want
And
to share it.
like I can share it, yeah.
We'll go through
We've
it.
got like obviously outstanding drama series. Like let's see here. Let's share this screen.
I can do it if you need.
Yeah. Yeah, even that right there is like, well, you guys, I'll just help you guys out. I talk. The getting nominated for like the best drama series, I feel like, okay, so you're saying this, like, this entire series, everything about the series is nominated for like the best. So why aren't we having more actors involved? If this truly is like one of those nominations, right? I don't understand. I hesitate when I think about like reasons and why especially the main actors, the series leads. You
Yeah,
know?
no lead actor nominations. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I one of the things that I do hope comes from these nominations is for Star Wars to become less volumized. We see that when they take time to put things into the set, like everything that goes along with like being in the volume, like they had all of these crazy set designs, like the other stuff, like the music, of course, like the sound design, those things have always been like the best out of the best, one of the best in the industry. But like these set designs and things like that, like I hope that they get some recognition and decide to do that a little bit more. And we've talked about this so many times on this podcast that Andor just puts in effort that others don't. It puts
Yep.
in time, it puts in effort, and they make like an actual like attempt at being not just good Star Wars, but just a good TV show in general, which I think is something that sets it apart.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you guys see my screen here?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Connor was just saying, like, look, we got like production design, dramas, the cinematography, the fantasy, the costume design too. I mean, I thought was really good. I mean, like Connor, you were just saying, like they just put so much effort into this, and I mean, I think it was one of the more expensive Star Wars shows, and I mean, they used their money well, for sure.
Was it the most expensive?
I don't know if it was the most expensive, but it was definitely they had a bigger budget than like Kenobi, obviously, and some of the other Star Wars shows, from what I recall.
Yeah, I think
'Cause
it was. I
Gilroy
think,
basically said, "Pay up or I'm not doing it." Because like he wanted to make, he didn't want to
yeah.
cut corners. Like he wanted to make sure it was like impeccably produced, which I'm glad that he did. But yeah, like outstanding directing, outstanding picture editing, music composition, music, and then yeah, there's the guest actor and voiceover for the two that we talked about for K2 and Saw, and then yeah, the sound editing, sound mixing, special effects, and then writing, and then even the Acolyte got some nominations as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they got for like sound editing and yeah, sound editing. Yeah, it was just sound editing. It looks like for Acolyte, but um,
Interesting. I'm actually surprised they didn't get it for choreography
choreography.
or
Yeah,
something.
choreography of the Acolyte, I think was like the strong. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
good. Like the lightsaber
Yeah.
fights, were
Yeah.
insane.
That was my. I thought the one of the only redeeming qualities of that show, but that's just me.
And
That's
Darth
my
Smiley.
opinion.
Do you have the
Yeah,
mask?
of course, Smilo. Yeah, yeah,
Or is that
yeah.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah, I got Kylo's, but Smilo's is on the way.
Oh, you
It's
did
on the
order it?
way.
Oh, that's I
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah, I ordered it last year because they said it was going to be out August of last year, and then they changed the date after everything happened. It was a whole year after. So
Oh, jeez.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm doing
Dude,
it, bro.
that
I'm getting my
helmet is
metal
so
run on.
sick. And I
Oh
love
yeah,
that it's made of cortosis. It's oh, the
yeah, man.
pieces were there for the Acolyte, weren't there? Oh god.
Don't get me started.
I know. We could talk, we could rant, we could
So it
rant.
looks like the budget for Acolyte season one was 250, and then total cost is 650 for both seasons. So it was about 400 million, it looks like, for that second episode or second season.
400
Jeez,
million for
for
The
Andor.
second for Andor, yeah.
Andor? Okay.
So 650 million for both seasons in total, which is insane.
Yeah, that's huge for like any project, let alone a TV show. But like we were saying, I mean, did you guys see some of the behind the scenes, like for some of the sets that they did? Like they built like actual sets and like, I forget what it's called. Maybe Dagovere knows, but like it's like part set and then like part like green screen. If I had, it's not really like a green screen.
Yeah, I think that sounds like volume.
Yeah,
Honestly,
is that what
yeah,
it's called? It
yeah,
was
that sounds like
there's
the
some of
volume.
that, and they even went on location to like Spain for like some of the Coruscant stuff, and oh man,
Yeah,
I need to
I mean
do.
it's just regular production stuff. I mean they use the green screens a lot, especially when like what's one? I don't know if you guys have seen like Light and Magic documentary on
Oh,
Disney
I've
Plus.
seen part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. They were just showing like how they did pirates and they were using miniatures in a pool in a lot of the explosion scenes. And when you take it away, it actually looks like they're in the ocean. And I just saw the behind the scenes too for the new Jurassic Park movie for Rebirth. It's the same thing. There's a huge scene that's in the water, and I'm just like, oh my god, movie magic, crazy, bro. Like I did not know they were in a pool. It looked like in the ocean. So yeah, it's they get really crazy with it. But I agree with Connor. Is like I think the volume's been really outdone. I do believe that it was really fun while it lasted, and you can clearly see when people do not know how to use it. Saw that in Kenobi. And yeah, just Andor is just a whole other level. And like Daddy Sheev was saying, is like, yeah, dude, they had a penny up and get these people in here. And even like Bob Iger was like, no, 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 we got to do this. They're right. We got to make Andor season 2 like the thing. And so why can't we just have this all the time, man? Like, why? It's so frustrating.
Maybe
And
quality over quantity moving forward, I think is what Andor.
which is fine.
So
Yeah,
I'm fine
which
with
is
that too.
fine.
I'm fine
Yeah.
with less, you know, less product, less shows if they're impeccably produced. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't believe back in the day, like I say back in the day, but like it used to be like 3 years between Star Wars movies, and there'd be nothing else. And I feel like, wasn't there a time we're getting what, 2, 3 shows a year, right? Because we got
Yeah, I
Acolyte
mean,
last year, we got Skeleton Crew at the end of the year, and wasn't there something before
I'm
that?
sure Mandalorian. I'm sure Mandalorian bled into that year
Yeah,
too.
Mandalorian was 2023. When was Book of Boba? 22? And then Kenobi was 22, I think.
yeah, it
Uh,
was. I remember the PR for it was Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Mandalorian. Like it was just
yeah,
all three of them in that pose, and
yeah, all three in a
I was
row.
like, damn, you
Which
know,
it's great to, have all this content and things to, watch and consume, but
yeah.
I mean, we kind of saw with some of the shows, like,
Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing though. Is like just because there's such a high amount of volume doesn't mean the quality needs to get worse.
Mhm.
I feel like that's an excuse,
well, I feel like that's the
and
thing always, like with production studios, that if you're making that many shows, like, you might have to, if you're doing them like that all back to back, you might have to cut corners on cost to, like, speed up. You know what I mean? Like,
I
I see what you're
I
saying, but like
yeah,
that
I
might be the
understand.
reality.
Yeah, but I still feel like that's an excuse. Like I
Yeah.
genuinely like I feel like if it's not ready, then maybe we need to take more time. Like we release it, everyone's gonna know it's shit. But at least we can continue to work on it. It's like what did what's his face doing with Avatar? Like and of course with Lord of the Rings, like they shoot a lot of those films like together. That's it. And then they work on it. I'm not saying obviously it's one movie, it's one IP, it's not different shows and different movies and stuff like that. But come on, man, this is 2025. Shouldn't be making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I agree with not having a lot of live action and then a movie on the side, but I don't think animation should stop. I think actually animation isn't doing enough. I think there should be more animation. I don't think it should all be CG, Veggie Tales type stuff that Clone Wars is doing. I think it should be mediums like anime. I think it also should be CG like Blur in the Star Wars The Old Republic cinema. Like there's a lot of stuff that they can do, make everything look different, have the same vibe. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one funding it. So no one's gonna care what I say. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just they could do it if they wanted to. Honestly, they really could.
They have infinite money. Like they really, Disney has the money to be able to like put effort into this stuff, and it just seems like they don't really care about it as much.
You guys hear that? Oh, you can't hear that? Okay. Never mind. There's like a baby crying in my hallway. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no,
I can
I
hear
did
it
not hear
very loudly.
anything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, it's just you. I'm so sorry, bro.
Yeah, little break in the pod, but yeah,
No, man.
Connor, that's a good point. Like, I was just thinking about like think about how much money like Disney brings in. I don't know what the figure is, but I just know from like being in Disneyland and all the other stuff that they do have an infinite money glitch. So that's a good point. They definitely have a lot of revenue streams for sure. So it's not like they're light on cash, right?
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like it's one of those things where there's a stupid Call of Duty quote where it's like, yeah, it matters who has the biggest weapon, but it matters a hell of a lot more who's swinging it. And I feel like a lot of the stuff is determined by the type of money that you have and how you spend it. To me, I feel like Andor was perfect. Everything about this, the soundtrack, the actors, the costumes, like I was upset because there wasn't enough aliens, or there wasn't the
Yeah.
force and lightsabers. But like, if I was gonna criticize the way something looked or sound on Andor, oh my god, I'm lying my ass off. It's not like the Acolyte, where the Acolyte was coming out and it was rumored to have like over $200 million budget. And I'm so sorry, but there was not a single set on in that show that looked like it was a $200 million show. You know, So it's just one of those things where, like, is this a director? Is this a production side? Is this the people that are on the staff? It's a lot of these things. Is it because of COVID did something else and we're still dealing with that? Which, I don't understand those things because I wasn't there and I'm not someone working on the set. But like, there is an equation to all this, man. And Andor, I feel like, got it right.
Yeah.
Others, I'm not sure.
Speaking of others,
Mm.
your favorite director of a Star Wars film, Rian Johnson, and when I say you, I mean Lord Dagovere.
Number one super fan right here, Lord
Yeah,
Dagovere.
I think he's a great director. I think he's an amazing director.
You're damn right he is.
I would just ask him questions about his choices. That's all. That's all when it comes to Star Wars. That is all. I would just say, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Okay, all right, all right. It's your movie, I guess.
And when the man we're talking about obviously is Rian Johnson, and he has been in the news in the past couple of days by like a small comment that he said. There's obviously articles and clickbait headlines, but somebody asked him about his trilogy that has been rumored for, I mean, I feel like since The Last Jedi came out, it's been rumored that he was going to get his own trilogy.
Yeah.
And he said that it had never materialized. Yeah. And looking at this article, he's basically, he's asked like, hey, like, what's up with that? He said, nothing really happened with it. Like, we had a great time, him and like Lucasfilm, like working together. Like, I would kick our ideas around with Kathleen Kennedy, but basically like Knives Out happened and all of his murder mysteries happened and they just kind of like got away from it. But I'm curious to see like your guys' thoughts because Rian Johnson is one of my favorite directors, not just from like The Last Jedi, but I love all of the Knives Out films. And like, what would you guys think would happen if we got like an announcement for Rian Johnson trilogy is coming?
If we got an announcement from that Rian Johnson was indeed making a trilogy, I think the entire Star Wars fan base, or a good portion of it, would have a hissy fit, and it would be crazy because I know a lot of the Star Wars fan base does not like Rian Johnson. I will say I've never seen any of the Knives Out films, but I mean I've heard good things about him, and I've heard good things about Rian Johnson as a filmmaker. I will say I would kind of be intrigued if he had a full trilogy because then he would get a like full picture of like what he's trying to do. Because we only got to see him with eight, and like he didn't make seven, he didn't make nine. We didn't get to see like a full picture of like his like Star Wars trilogy. So I would be intrigued, if he were to make one. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. I think it first got announced too in like 2017. So it's been
Right
a
after The
long
Last
time.
Jedi. Right after The Last
Was
Jedi.
that when it was? Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Number one super fan, Lord Dagovere. What do you think?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic, or just like our boy likes to say, I subvert my expectations. So, and it's not that I don't like Rian Johnson. I think he's extremely talented, like straight up. My problem is that I just don't think he should have been given the control of The Last Jedi like he did to make those choices. You know, I think that if you give this guy control of an era like the High Republic, maybe we can see something amazing because he is incredibly talented. But if you put him in the Old Republic, if you put him further into the sequel trilogy where nothing is attached, there's no Luke Skywalker that he's going to kill off because he just wants to kill him off. Yes, I think that there's going to be a lot of potential for his choices that he's going to make. My only issue is if this guy is going to go into like the Old Republic or the prequel trilogy, a parallel story that's happening with Thrawn and the Chiss Ascendancy and the Grisk or the Vong or something like that. Okay, cool. Now, can we please get someone who knows about these things so we don't have another Last Jedi effect that's going to do irreversible damage to the fandom? I'm not saying The Last Jedi is a bad movie. I'm just saying there are clearly people that are going to attack this guy for every decision he makes. So I want to make sure that anyone that's going to go in and see his trilogy, they're going to completely be lying about how bad it is because at least everything else is sound. You know, the lore is there. There's no more chase scene that lasts an entire hour. There's no more side casted characters that are important to the EU. You know, and in my opinion, that is not a Rian Johnson problem. That is I'm a Star Wars fan and I'm a director problem. And that is the issue, I think, that a lot of Star Wars directors or people that direct Star Wars have problems with, is they don't understand and have a full respect of everything that is involved with the expanded universe and the story. Which is why if this guy gets control of an entire era of Star Wars that we've done nothing with, he will excel. I'm not sure he will excel in something previously established like the Old Republic, though.
Yeah, I think that I agree with Johnny's sentiment where if this was announced, because as time has moved past The Last Jedi, there has been, at least in my experience, less like vulgar hate towards it in comment sections and this stuff and like TikTok comments that I see. But if they announce this, it would bring everything right back up. I think
Yeah.
this would be like, it would not be a good decision to bring him back, even though he would be like, I agree with you, Dagovere, where if there's nothing that was touched, give him the Old Republic, give him the High Republic.
Don't give him the don't give him the Old Republic. Please don't give him the Old Republic. Like, please. No, genuinely, like it's not because I don't think that he can do it. It's just I'm gonna see
Right.
He's gonna make decisions that
crazy that I'm just like, man, okay, this is the Last Jedi again. High Republic, yeah, sequel trilogy, let's go.
Yeah, your argument is just give him something that, you know, doesn't have like an existing like whole lore that he could like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a diehard
set to fire.
Yeah. I just look, man, like we all care about these things, and some of us definitely do some silly things, you know, when we get upset. I'm one of those people, but I control myself more than everyone else. The thing is like, yeah, I just don't want to see this guy get attacked again. You know, I don't want to see another Rose Tico thing happen. You know, I don't want to see another Finn thing happen. You know, and of course, I don't want to see him get harassed on social media like it was with COVID and everything else. So it's not that he's a bad director. It's like, bro, I really want to see him excel, and I think he's going to excel the most where he doesn't have to worry about that shit, and he can just make his own story.
He can just make his own story. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I love Rian Johnson. I really enjoyed The Last Jedi, but like as a whole, it would be very, very toxic.
So toxic immediately. Like the second it got announced, like it would be literally the biggest thing ever. And there'd be such outrage before even anything is announced. It would literally just be like, oh, Rian Johnson is doing the next trilogy, and everybody would throw a fit because of The Last Jedi and how divisive it was.
Yeah.
Thinking about people,
it's not announced just for the sake of the community, but it would be hell on earth if he got announced.
But you know, so I actually want to go back to talk about like him and this whole production thing.
Sure.
Like I mentioned earlier, I was watching the Light and Magic stuff, and Kathleen Kennedy is in this a lot. Why? Because she's extremely successful and she knows her shit. You know, Jurassic Park. I mean, Jurassic Park crazy is like they were like going over everything and how they were doing the CGI and then the artist stuff and all the stuff. And she was one of the people that was helping them give ideas about using both tools with CGI and practical effects and stuff. It's really crazy. But then there is this one segment, right, which is really interesting. And this probably happens a lot more in Hollywood than we can imagine, where the movie Twister, where they just shot this guy going down a stormy road for like 15 seconds. And one of the visual effects people had to make a tornado in that 15 seconds, right? And he makes it in that 15 seconds, makes a big giant tornado with like a cow flying and you know a tractor running into the car and stuff. It's a 15-second clip. There is no story. There is no nothing. If I've watched this correctly while I was cooking, and the movie was green lit off of that 15 seconds of a clip in VFX. No story, no nothing, no characters. That's how a movie like Twister was greenlit. So I understand when he says like, oh, nothing was really happening. We were just going off ideas. He probably just got the trilogy just because it was him, you know? and there was no story, no nothing. So that in my opinion is extremely believable because of what I just saw from the ILM thing.
So like the movie Twister with
Yeah,
with Dakota Johnson, is that what it is?
the tornadoes and
And
everything. Yeah,
yes, okay, yes. I did see that movie
yeah.
and I did
Not the
not
new
love
one,
that
the
movie.
old one, the old one back in the
Oh,
day. Yeah,
okay, okay.
the
I haven't seen the
original.
old one. I've seen the
Yeah,
new
yeah.
one.
The new one is inspired by that one.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I think stay away from it. Even though that's my goat. Keep making Knives Out movies, brother.
yeah,
I'll watch them.
yeah. But I think too, like we should be giving Kathleen Kennedy her props. Like, because in my opinion, like a good leader says knows when to say yes and knows when to say no. And I'm not saying that she did that because of the Last Jedi. I'm not saying that she did that because Rian Johnson. There clearly was no story, and yeah, sure, Rian Johnson was working on Knives Out, but if there was nothing going on, there was nothing going on. And I think
Yeah.
that's a good decision. I think that's a very good decision, and I don't think she's going to get enough credit, for that decision that she made.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think well, I mean Disney stopped the what is it, D&D? The brothers who made
Oh
Game
my
of
god, that was
Thrones.
another one. That was
Yeah,
right after that.
They
I
cut
remember
them.
that announcement.
They
That
cut them
was
after
right
Game of
after that.
Thrones. Like
Yeah, that whole year, it was going off like they were going to get something.
yeah, and I mean I based off of the end of Game of Thrones, like that I mean Disney was very reactionary in that, but
Yeah, people did not like that. I've never seen
like
Game of
they
Thrones,
like
but people were
dodged a
not.
bullet. Like
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, I that just popped into my head because like I remember that happening and it's just gone. Like it was these guys are gone. Like hey, like they stopped Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure the story is that they rushed Game of Thrones and didn't accept new episodes because they were going to work on a Star Wars show and then that happened and then they didn't get to work on their Star Wars show because the Game of Thrones was so bad.
Yeah.
yeah. People did not like that ending. I mean, do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
I
Dagovere, you
did.
watch it?
I did. Yeah,
How bad was the ending? Was it that bad? That's what I heard.
uh
It was not good.
yeah, I mean, like, that you watch something because something is building up. And then when that thing that's building up for the entire season vanishes after like the third episode of the last season, what the F, you know? So, yeah, obviously there's differences between the book and everything else, but it is what it is, man. That's why it's so important for everyone to read the source material, you know, see what actually inspired this.
Cool shot. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't, I don't mean for that, but I'm just saying, like,
Yes.
there is a reason why Star Wars is one of the only original IPs that has no books. Everything else is not original. Like everything else right now, like you got Marvel and superheroes and stuff, all its comic books and everything. Like Star Wars is so unique in that, where it cannot reset the universe. It has to keep going forward and backward. That's it. There's no reset button.
You need a what if for Star Wars.
No, I
That-
don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, no. I
Dude,
don't
I
think
need to see Anakin and Padme happily ever after.
uh, yeah, that's a tough one, bro.
Dude, I need to see what would happen if Anakin stayed in the Jedi Council chamber. Oh, damn. Because I see
Yeah.
some of those edits or like pictures that like people made of like Obi-Wan like playing with little Luke and Leia, like if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Was that the Lego one?
No, it wasn't like a Lego one. It was like somebody
Uh,
like an artist like made
I
it.
saw a Lego one the other week, and I was just like, "This is not okay." It was like the first thing I saw in the morning on the weekend. And
It's not okay. You
yeah, no, I was hit. I got the 1-2 combo depression right there. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was just like, "That's crazy, dude."
Yeah,
Anakin,
you definitely sent that to me.
yeah, that's what I was like. I knew I sent it to somebody.
Yeah.
That was not okay. Whoever did that needs to. Yeah, that was not right, bro. I needed a warning before I saw that. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that was tough. One of the things that I wanted to ask you guys was we were talking about like if Ryan Johnson's trilogy was announced, what would you guys think the reaction would be if we got a not season 2 of the Acolyte, let's just say we got a Stranger show.
Amazing.
I would be excited for it. I still think the community would be upset because obviously people do not like the Acolyte. I mean, for very obvious reasons. I mean, I can't blame people for not liking it. Um, But yeah, I would be excited for the Stranger. I thought he was one of the coolest parts of the show, and it would be kind of interesting to see him some more, and Darth Plagueis and probably other characters.
I feel like I talk a lot on this podcast. I feel
Oh, it
like
is
I
a
talk
podcast, man.
so
We talk.
much, but man, it's just like I think Lucasfilm owes us a season 2 with the Stranger and Plagueis. It's like straight up, genuinely.
They set
Um,
it up for a second season. Like it was like there was obviously in the plans, like the way season one ended, like they were fully anticipating getting a season two, and it didn't
yeah,
happen.
like here's the thing: they owe us a season 2, okay, and it's also a redeeming factor because another thing is like I don't think Acolyte is a great show. And I know there's a lot of people that like them, and I'm not blaming any actor or actress, but the show has problems, But a Star Wars whatever being canceled is irredeemable. To me, in my opinion, this is I don't want to say worse, but this is up there with The Last Jedi for me, you know? And because like what would George Lucas do? Would George Lucas just submit to the criticism? No. We got Revenge of the Sith and one of the most criticized trilogies in cinema. Revenge of the Sith to me is peak. So you get your ass out there and you write Darth Plagueis and you write Smilo Ren like you've never written before. And if people are going to be upset because May and Osha may not be in it, or they've put 2 male characters where it was female centric, I understand. But we need to have quality. We need to have quality with these. And you have to write Vernestra Rowe better. And you have to write Osha and May better. Like season 2 should be one of the biggest comeback stories in anything. And if you allow these people, and we know what people we're talking about, to succeed on these criticisms to the point that the show is canceled, that is a huge loss for everybody, bro.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, it's not like people didn't watch The Acolyte. If I remember correctly, it got like pretty good viewership in terms of Star Wars shows, mainly because people, were hate watching it.
The first 2
Yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
Oh, the first 2 episodes.
The first 2 episodes were up there, I believe. Yes. And then
Yeah.
after that it dipped. I think it just
It
dipped.
did it did dip
It
with
went down.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, like I feel like I agree with you, Dagovere, like we should get a second season. Like I would love that. What about you, Connor?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that we need a second season. Like the seeds that were planted have to be able to grow. And when you think back of like to different shows that we've seen in Star Wars, like season 1 of the Clone Wars was not great. Like we have
Season 2.
season 2.
Attack of the Clones is a very weak Star Wars film. I don't say bad. There is just issues. Very similar to the
Of the main 6, I think it's the weakest. But
before
then
The
we
Last
got
Jedi came out?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just talking about the main
before The Rise of Skywalker.
six. The main 6. That I have to clarify there. Yeah, the main
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Let's not go out of our way to criticize The Last Jedi here. Okay,
I was just
you guys are testing my patience, and this is what
I said
think
The Rise
is
of Skywalker at the
Flash
end.
it out.
Okay.
This is a little bit of rage bait coming from you guys. Okay, and I know it when I see it, and this is it.
Are you sure it wasn't ending on that loss the other day on clubs? I think that was.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's not my fault. But
Sure, buddy. Yeah, all right.
I would absolutely love a season 2 because we need to see more of the Stranger, and we need to see Plagueis because he's a pivotal part of the Star Wars lore. Like he's mentioned in like one of the most important films.
We know
in the
like
entire
nothing
trilogy.
about him other than legends. Like I mean, there's a legend stuff about him, but that's not canon anymore.
Yeah,
So, like,
but even then, when a character is mentioned in the main movie,
yeah,
it's just like you bring this character in, you have a plan. What is the plan? And oh my god, dude, I keep seeing my reaction to Plagueis all over TikTok from all these people that are stealing it, whatever. And every time I read the comments, it's like it doesn't make any sense. The Sith Lord wouldn't be peeking and hiding. I was like, are you, bro? It was 1,000 years of these dudes hiding. What are you talking about? And I'm just, and it gets me so frustrated too. Yes, Connor, because this guy is so important. You don't put this guy in this show unless you understand the ramifications of entering him. This is the first live action Legends character. I would say Legends character, even though
Yeah.
he's named. This is a big, big dog, bro. He's right there with Vader and Sidious. Why? Because he's the apprentice. Basically, he's the master of Sidious. You know, like, what are we doing, bro?
And his story is so cool in the books. Like he kills people and then tries to like save them and keep them alive for as long as he can so he can like manipulate the midichlorians to try to find like create life. Like like he's a weirdo.
Dude,
He is a weirdo and
him
I
and
would
Sidious eat a heart. They eat
yes.
a heart while they're he's teaching Sidious about the dark side, and they're just munching on it like it's a friggin' sub.
Yum.
Yeah, like introducing somebody like that and then just like going radio silent after that is
Peacing
it is
out. Yeah.
very, very, very
They planted
frustrating.
the seed. They gotta deliver on the seed now.
God, man. Listen, and I'm sorry again, Connor. You know, I will watch The Last Jedi, and I will not get as upset. I will not get as upset. You know, because I accept things but like here, like when I watch The Last Jedi, it's over. Get over it. That's what I tell myself. Whatever, you know. When the acolyte happens, no, that does not work, bro. Like what's that quote that guy says in the Adam Sandler movie? Why would you show me this shit if I can't have it? You know, that's exactly how I feel
There's still hope for the Acolyte.
all the time.
Yeah.
There's
All the
still
time.
hope.
It's
Manny
there.
Jacinto is he's the number one fan of season two. He has been parading for season two. He's one of the coolest people that I see in like Star Wars actors wise. Like he's so down to earth. He-
He killed it.
he's perfect. He's perfect.
Yeah, I literally just posted about him today on there. That's what I just sent in the chat,
I was
and
about to say.
it's like one of those things where like I'm so disappointed in you, but I swear to God, I will take you back so quickly if you do this. You know, that's how I feel. Like
Yeah.
even though with how disappointed and sad I am about it, I'm just like I'm ready to go again. Please.
Yeah.
Because like we could explore so much with that. Like first off,
There's a
obviously
lot
Darth
there.
Plagueis' relationship with the stranger. There's like a third party in this with OSHA. Like that can't happen. You're not allowed to do that. Like then we have the Jedi who at this point are corrupt. They
Mhm.
are
Yeah, they're
corrupt.
covering it up.
They've
Yeah.
fallen from the High Republic of the books all the way
Yeah.
The
down.
end of
Way
the High
worse.
Republic. Yeah.
And we see them now, and we see at the end of that show, like this was a cover up. Like
Yeah.
the entire story, no one will know about it except
Yeah.
for Yoda, for Nestra, because everybody else is dead.
Yeah.
Everybody else was killed by the stranger. So
Yeah.
that just goes to propel the story of the prequels where we see that like, oh, no one has discovered a Sith in so long. Like this, there are seeds that have planted that have such ramifications for the prequel trilogy that
Yes.
you can't let it lay still. You have to pick it up and move the story forward, please.
Yeah, it's too much, and there's also like great actors in that show, you know, with Squid Game boy, my boy, and
Dude, Master
and
Soul.
yeah, man, I love Master Soul. I love Indara. I thought Indara was so cool. Like I don't understand why you market the whole thing around that character and then kill her off in the first 2 minutes of the, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, but even with how frustrated I am at that show and how it's got so many flaws, I hate how I still see so much potential in that show, even today, man. It's so crazy. Like, what is wrong with me, bro?
I think we'll get it. I think we'll get
I
it.
think we will at some point too. Because it's the seeds are there. And I think ours could give a little time. I'd say in like a year or two, I think something will come out of it.
Yeah, I would probably say 4 or 5,
I think
honestly,
a little
with how
longer.
everything is going. Yeah, because I also believe that, listen, when and if we get a season 2 with Stranger and Plagueis, and it's going to happen, it'll probably happen. I will say I'm very curious to see how Manny Jacinto reacts because I know for a fact people are going to be a very small portion of people are going to be very upset that May and Osha are not going to be the center of this series, So we talk about the division of a certain side of the fan base that's going to be, what the heck, another Acolyte, this is trash, Disney, woke, whatever. And now you're going to have the people that are usually asking for this are also going to be upset because they have shifted focus. So how do you play this, Lucasfilm? What is the move?
Yeah. Your move, Lucasfilm. See what you got.
Yeah, I just think there's too much there. There's too much on the plate.
Yeah.
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 It's
If you didn't reveal Plagueis, we're not talking about this.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not talking about this.
But they did. So
Because,
it was there.
because you revealed Plagueis, and then Leslie Headland also talked about, like, Plagueis is the stranger's master. That's even more. That's in the article. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day too. So it's just, yeah, man, you can't take away that choice ever again now, Yeah.
No, we
Ugh.
need it. We need it. Yeah. Any other topics that you guys want to hit
Yeah.
that you guys want to talk about?
I don't know.
We've been
You guys want
going
to wrap it
for
up there or anything else?
I don't know. I mean, I could always talk about this stuff over and over. I really like this stranger, man. I like Smilo Ren. Like, he's such an interesting character. And I also think that it's very hard to find actors that are physical. And I think, at least with the prequel trilogy, no, actually, with all characters, with all trilogies in Star Wars, there is a physical actress that just does something, that you can't find. Obviously Hayden, Ray Park, Ian McGregor, and then of course our boy Darth Vader, David Prowse, was like trying to be Mr. Universe. He also was like somewhat of a superhero in the UK, and he was a knight and all these things. There's this whole story about how he was helping train. What's the Superman? Christopher Reeves, was that his name? Can't remember, but he was helping that guy body bench and get more weight. And so I always have this vision of Darth Vader spotting Superman in my head. It's just that's an insane look, and Superman couldn't do what David Prowse was doing, so Superman was struggling. So it's hilarious. But then someone like our boy Manny Jacinto comes along, and this dude's got it. Like, he looks like he was made for this part. I never saw The Good Place. I don't give a shit about The Good Place that he was in or whatever. And I saw a couple stuff about him talking about whatever. It's just like, I would never think that guy would be a character I would want to see in Star Wars. And now I just feel like we're missing out, dude. We're missing out on this talent, and this guy is young. We could get this story, and then who else knows about this side story and during the time of the prequel trilogy and I don't know, man. That's me. That's my problem. I love this shit too much, and I have my imagination just trails off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
No, that is true. Because like, who knows what do you guys think would actually happen in that plot where it's like, hey, we're like, prior to the Acolyte releasing, they said that this was going to be a dark side centered show, which I don't really think that it was at all.
At least in the first season. I think it would be in the second or third season.
Right now,
this was a Jedi show.
This was a Jedi show. Yes.
Yeah, it was a Jedi show.
Like, Jedi are almost the entire thing. Like, we're always getting the Jedi, but
the second season would be Sith oriented. And to answer your question, I think it would revolve around more about like the Sith ideology, Plagueis, and I guess maybe Star Smiley discovering, the midichlorian, creating life. And depending maybe how far you go, maybe there's a time jump. Maybe you get a young Palpatine.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. In some way. All right, so there's one thing that always kind of shoots out to me is the weird Kylo Ren theme that's like in the notes when he heals Osha. Or is it May? I don't know. I can't remember which characters. May? I don't know. But he heals one of the twins that he's, trying to be the trying to get as an acolyte. And it's the Kylo Ren notes, and it's like for 2 seconds. And a lot of people were like, oh, he's the first knight of Ren. I think that's cool. But I think what would be cooler is if he just broke off the chain of Sith and became a renegade Darksider, and eventually saw himself in this whole tool thing and Plagueis, and then he, and Plagueis gets Sidious, and and Venomous and all these other characters. There is a really interesting way where you can see Darksiders on Darksider killings, and I think that'd be even cooler to see, and especially someone like Kamir, where eventually the stranger would maybe find this other path of the dark side and ideology that could lead up to someone becoming the first Knight of Ren or the Acolytes of the Beyond. I think that would be awesome. And I would love to see it just specifically for this character to go, because I would not kill this character off in this series. Not yet, anyway. And I
You don't
think,
think they would? I thought they might. They would maybe later.
well, I
Even
really
though he's not
thought,
there around.
yeah, I mean, I really thought May and Osha was just gonna be, character that just kills people and does things, just because, like, I don't know. I didn't really have a lot of faith in the writing where it was going. But the moment I saw Plagueis, I was like, damn. I was just like, you just opened up this whole pie now, or I just like, this should be 7 seasons. That's honestly when I saw that, because I'm thinking of this end game where it's leading up to episode 1. And episode 1 is interesting too, because Plagueis, as my cat sniffs the mic, is right there with Darth Maul and Sidious.
Young Darth Maul. Yeah. Plagueis is
So,
technically in episode
there's
1.
a lot of interesting stuff, guys, that we could get up to, man.
Yeah.
Ah, God.
No, now I'm upset.
I know. It's the worst part about being a Star Wars fan, Connor. Like, really, it's all these things are just like, what if,
what if? There's just so much. There's so much to it.
Yeah. That's the most powerful part about a Star Wars fan, is the theory crafting. It's just
the imagination
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man. I that's why I love Star Wars, man, because you don't have comics, you don't have like Marvel and stuff where it's just one story.
Yeah.
And from the Old Republic to the Bane series all the way to Plagueis, like, bro, there is like nothing. Even with the High Republic, bro, there is like so many years and so many Sith that lived and existed that we know nothing about, in new canon and old, man.
Yeah. I mean, we got Momin. Like, I was just looking into those.
Yes.
For the Vader comics, we have Momin who
Yeah,
came back to life. He was back.
Cool.
Like, he was fully back alive. Like,
yeah.
He did the thing that Sidious wants. He wants to like stay alive, and that stuff is just so cool. And they're just like, I'm not gonna say wasted away, but like those stories are not as well known because it's in a comic.
Yeah.
But if we got some stuff where we even knew Sith that we've never known before, like, just give me anything with the Sith.
Yeah, man. I think that's why that show was also very frustrating, is because the potential, just like Kenobi, it's just like the potential, man. Like, we've always wanted a dark side show.
It's right there.
Lucasfilm, if you can hear us, please.
I'll donate like $5, bro. Let's go.
I'll sign a petition.
I'll get a pitch going, bro. I've made so many of those. I will get a pitch going. I'll start.
I will become a Disney shill that everyone calls me. I will literally promote the show for you.
Yeah, there you go.
I will do it on my channel, please. I'll go to the premiere. I'll do all of it.
Form. There you go.
I will tell everybody how much Disney pays me to get excited.
Yeah, exactly. I'll even say I like The Last Jedi for you, please.
Yes.
Pull my leg.
I don't know about that one for me.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with the other one. How about that?
That's so funny. But no, yeah. Just give us more stuff. Give us Acolyte season 2. Guess don't give us Rian Johnson, but
for now, he can work, man. Like, it's just not right now. I think you need to have a couple more Andors, and then you bring in someone like that. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just wish I was there.
Yeah.
Wish I was
Get
there.
Dagovere into the room where it happens, please.
Yeah, do it.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we think this is a good spot to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Good
absolutely.
pod, boys. Pleasure to be back.
Yeah.
And yeah, give us Acolyte season 2. Thanks.
Damn, man.
Love you guys. May the force be with you.
Deuces.
Have a good one.